rush. We had to get to church because, good Catholics, we go to church every Sunday. At least we tried to. And we went to the 10:30 because we had a 4:45 second place game. Unfortunately, we didn't go to play for the championship, but we came in second place and played for the silver. My daughter's team, that's what I meant. And we won. Good team. I don't know where they were from, but I know they're from here in the Bay Area. Anyways, it was just been a crazy, crazy day. But it was cool. It was a typical Sunday, man, running around, especially with sports. Crazy thing, it was a 4:45 game, so we had to start watching the Warriors game 2 of the finals, where at the basketball courts, at the gym over there in Oakland. So it was pretty cool, kind of in the vibe of everything. I just got to send another shout out to the Warriors, man. KD, Steph, Clay, stepping up, man. Even Draymond, man. Draymond, even with 5 fouls, still killing it. Yeah, man, other than that, so here's what I did. So everyone in my family has phones, right? My 8-year-old daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, my wife and myself. My wife and myself, obviously we have iPhones, big Apple lover here. My younger ones, we got them some phones, some, like free phones that we got when we opened up our account. My wife recently has been telling me, she goes, you know what, I'm sick and tired of these Samsung phones. I don't like them. The cheaper end ones are kind of bootsy. So, we got tired of it. So I went into my carrier and I was like, hey, what options do we have? And they have one where, you get an iPhone 7, get one, the other one's free. But we had to get rid of the other numbers, had to pay off just one. They gave me credit for $100 on the other one. Whatever. Long story short, we paid what we had to pay to get out of them. We got new phones. They bring out new phones. I'm over here thinking iPhone 7s. These girls got iPhone 7 Pluses. What the hell? Look, they're responsible little girls, and, we're on top of them with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of parental restrictions we have on the phones. But damn, But you know what? They deserve it. They've been good in school. They've been doing what they got to do. They understand the rules of having phones and what we expect from them. So, needless to say, my youngest one, she loves pigs and she loves anything girly and pink. So she got herself a pink one, and my older one was like, I want a black one. So she got her black phone. So that's what they're doing right now. They're over there in the living room setting, putting their music on so they can, feel cool. But other than that, that's pretty much what we did from the time we left church, which was about 11:30, 11:45-ish. We went down to our carrier to change all that. Big shout out to Sprint in El Cerrito, California, for having our back and taking care of us. Big shout out to them. I forget the young lady who was helping us and the manager. I think his name was Eric. Anyways, that being said, we ended up taking off and going. We actually ate at Habit over in San Leandro. They opened up a new Habit. I know you guys are like, where the hell are these places? Google it. But that being said, we ended up having a good day today, man. We just kind of just chilled. Which leads me into what I want to talk about today. So, when I first met my wife, remember I explained to you what was going on with my stomach issues and everything. And, being single, all I had to do was go to the gym and do nothing else. I see pictures of myself from 2 years ago, man, and I'm like, wow. Man, look, I wasn't my ideal weight, but I looked a lot better. My jaw was square. I didn't have this here. I got weight everywhere, man. And I love myself very much, but I'm just not happy physically. And I'm sure a lot of you guys would understand where I'm coming from with this. A lot of older guys that, not that everyone doesn't. So please, I'm trying to word this correctly where it doesn't sound like I'm being a dick here. But what I'm saying is, personally, not that my appearance matters the most to me, but I am a musician, I'm a singer, I'm out in the public eye a lot of times, especially in my genre of music. I'm very popular, or the band is very popular here in the Bay Area in California. So, I tend to be up on it. But I'll tell you right now, man, when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm just not happy. That's probably the one thing that brings me down, which is very superficial, which is very, very superficial in regards to, really, man, you got all this stuff going on in life, and that's the one thing you got to bitch about? Yes, I'm sorry. The one thing I'm complaining about myself, about my life, is I wish I can lose more weight. And part of that has to do with motivation. I just get, 1 minute I'm on track for something, and then I just end up fucking up somewhere. So I got to find a way to motivate myself to and I know part of my motivation is, listen, I'm 42 years old. I've done a lot of drugs in my life. I know I got a bad ticker. It hasn't been medically, labeled as bad yet, but I know my body well enough to know that, what, I better watch my weight because it can be dangerous. I've seen too many people in my life recently pass away because of past drug use and not taking care of themselves afterwards, and then they hit the dirt hard. But you know what, man? It is hard. It's, hard to continue on that path for a few reasons. One, self-control, right? That's the biggest one for me. Self-control is hard. And not that I'm out there eating cookies and cakes and I don't eat sweets of that nature. First of all, because my wife won't even keep that shit in the house. And if we do have sweets, it's very, very regulated because my wife is very, very strict on it. If you see my wife, you'll look and go, I understand why. Two, I haven't been to the gym in the longest, and it's been very difficult to go to the gym. I apologize for the background music. Like I said, they're downloading music on their phones. But it's been very difficult for me to get to the gym lately for a number of reasons. I'll call them excuses, a number of excuses. One being finances, and that's not an excuse, that is a reason. But I know there's other things. Hold on. Leo, zip it! Sorry. That being said, I know there's other means that can be done in order for me to work out. I can work out at home, push-ups and sit-ups. But again, you get to a certain part in your life, you get into this routine, and I hate to call it a rut, but part of that rut makes me feel a lot of times like I'm not attractive enough for my wife, or I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel like. And I know it's totally superficial, man. I mean, these are first world problems, right? I mean, it's not like anything like, oh my God, this or this, it's nothing. I know there's people in this world that live happily because of other things, and have worse situations that they're in. Hold on, Leo, man. That being said. Sorry, go back. I know that it's a very minuscule thing to bring yourself down about. Does it sadden me? I won't say depression, but it brings me down a couple of times. And I'm a very positive person about everything in life. But there's certain things in life that do knock you out a little bit or make you feel like, man, And part of that for me is my weight issue. I don't like it. I'm not comfortable. I'm not trying to be an Abercrombie model. I'm not trying to be, if I can ever get a flatter stomach, that's great. But I'm about 30 pounds overweight, man. And for a dude my height, because I'm only 5'4", is what I say. I'm about 5'3.5", 5'4". But for someone my height, with the weight that I have, I could look like a little goddamn Oompa Loompa, to be honest with you. And I do not want to, and I'm getting there. I'm starting to feel myself like I'm not comfortable in the clothes I wear. And I got a lot of clothes, man, and I don't wear half that shit. You know what I do? What I feel comfortable in? Shorts, sweats, which is, the typical, I'm gaining weight, let me cover what I can cover. I don't wear white because it shows too much of the fat hanging on myself, or, you know what I mean? And I wear black because black is slimming. Things like that. And like I said, man, I know there's people in this world that go through tougher and harder shit in this world, for whatever, disabilities, physical ailments, so on and so forth. So I know this is a very small complaint. And that's why I'm letting it know here. It's not like a complaint where like, oh my God, my life is so bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like, oh my God, I feel like, I'm going to go into this depressional state of mind because I'm overweight. No, I'm just not happy with myself in that aspect. And as much as I try to motivate myself, as much as I try to push myself, I don't know why I can't get over that one hump, man. And it is hard. I think it has to do with, part of it has to do with, I'm sorry, determination and the willingness to do it. And like I said, man, I watch a lot of you guys out there in YouTube world that have pushed themselves and pushed themselves. So I'm trying to get to that point where I can push myself, and maybe daily vlogging it, blogging my journey, if you would. I use that word a lot, I notice. But that process and sticking with you guys there, maybe motivating me, leaving comments on there and pushing me and making, giving me a reason to keep on going. Other than, obviously my health is my main reason, but, trying to look good for my wife, man, because my wife is a hottie in my eyes. She's a beautiful woman, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and just inside totally. And I wanna match that with her. Even though she looks at me and says, in her eyes, I'm gorgeous as is, and, or in her eyes, she thinks I'm, sexy, whatever she says, but I know in my heart of hearts how I feel and how I look. So I need to, I don't know, man, find something that's going to push me. Maybe it's punching my dog out. I don't know. Maybe it's boxing with my dog every day. I don't know, but this dude's driving me bonkers. I'm not going to punch my dog, by the way, YouTube, so don't think I'm going to do that. That dude is spoiled like you wouldn't believe. Leo, stop it, man. I'm trying to do something here, brother. Anyways, so I don't know. It's definitely... and I know the more I delay, the more I procrastinate, the more weight I just gain, man. Hey, my in-laws, my father-in-law cooks his ass off. My wife, her cooking is like insanely good. So it's just like, and when I was single, I didn't have to worry about cooking because if I didn't feel like eating that day, I would just go and, maybe go get me some pho or something small, a salad, and I'll be cool for the day. Be at the gym for like a couple hours and boom, I had that routine going, or get a, shake or something, or protein shake or something to kind of tide me over, or protein bar, whatever to keep me over. Now it's kind of hard to do that because we got 2 kids. They eat now, especially with the summer coming up. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as opposed to before the kids would be in school, so there really wasn't no breakfast unless my in-laws, now they're here. Lunch, I wouldn't have to worry about lunch because my kids would be in school. All I have to really worry about was like maybe getting a snack in there somewhere, and then dinner. Now summertime starting next week. Next Thursday, it's a whole nother ball game. So that's what I'm scared of. It's like, oh shit, here we go. So I gotta find something. And my wife, God bless her soul, she tries to encourage me, but I think she's doing it. She does it in a way where it's like, really, you're gonna eat that again? Have you seen your stomach? It's like, what the hell? Can you be a little bit more, I don't know, nicer about it? And maybe I do need that, maybe I do need her to be a tough ass with me and, kind of a jerk with me about that, to really like smack it to me. But I don't know, man. I guess I'll take that. Sometimes I'll take that, internalize it, make it into something that that maybe she's just trying to be nice to me, but I take it like, oh, fuck that. She's being me, she's, putting me down. She's, calling me fat, this and that. Even though I look at myself in the mirror and I'll grab my belly and be like, look at this fucking fat ass. And that's what I call myself. This is how I look at myself. I'm not putting that on anybody else. I'm not calling anybody else that. I'm talking about myself. So before, the sensitive people out there, oh, you're calling people fat. No, I'm calling myself me, JC. I'm calling myself fat. But, I don't know, man. I just got to find a way. I gotta find a way, man. And I take, pills in the morning, but taking pills in the morning and not going to the gym ain't gonna help you. The biggest thing that can help me is zipping my mouth shut. Maybe I should break my jaw so they can wire it shut. I don't know. I don't know, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. 3 years ago, I had lipo, and that's when I looked the best because I did go to Costa Rica. This is what I went to Costa